Okay, Hallmark peeps, we need to talk. I mean, we have to talk now. Because I just went through this year's Countdown to Christmas lineup, and I am thinking we definitely need to put some faces on milk cartons. I mean, where the hell did everyone go? Look, I love a good Hallmark movie as much as the next person, but I've been going through this year's holiday schedule, and I am generally confused and honestly a bit sad. I know there are way fewer movies, and that means fewer roles, but come on, some of the biggest fan favorites are getting skipped over. So today, I'm going to go through 25 of the most WTF omissions from this year's lineup. Some of the missing actors are so synonymous with Hallmark Christmas that their absences just don't feel right. So grab whatever beverage makes you feel festive, because we are about to figure out who apparently didn't make Santa's nice list over at Hallmark headquarters this year. First up, Alison Sweeney. She has been one of Hallmark's leading actresses for 20 years, starring in almost 35 movies. She's done it all: rom-coms, mysteries, and of course Christmas movies. She is as big as they come on Hallmark, famously leading the Hallmark Swenson mysteries, being part of the Wedding Veil Trinity, and starring in classics like Open by Christmas, Christmas at Holly Lodge, and Good Morning Christmas. Well, not this year. Fans, we are going to have to wait a while to see her again. And Alison Sweeney's Open by Christmas co-star Brennan Elliott is another face we won't be seeing this holiday season. In fact, we haven't seen him on Hallmark for well over a year, when he was last in His and Hers with Lacey Chabert. It's been almost 2 years since his last Christmas movie, Miss Christmas Comes to Town. He was great with Erica Durance and Barbara Niven in it. By the way, Brennan has one of the biggest fan bases, and it seems perplexing Hallmark seems to be quietly retiring him from their roster. Speaking of megastars, Bethany Joy Lenz, who has starred in some of Hallmark's most popular movies, including A Biltmore Christmas, Unexpected Christmas, Bottled with Love, Savoring Paris, I could go on, and of course, 5-Star Christmas. Bethany is one of the stars whose fame exceeds Hallmark with her rabid fan base of One Tree Hill and her music career. But she famously limits her Hallmark schedule to around one movie per year, so it's not overly surprising not to see her in this year's lineup. But it's still disappointing, as she is one of the most talented actors we have in Hallmark. Victor Webster has legions of fans ever since he first popped out of the pool in Summer Villa, one of the all-time best Hallmark movies, by the way. Along the way, he has starred in almost 20 Hallmark movies, but he hasn't had a lead in a rom-com since Mystery on Mistletoe Lane in 2023. He is still going strong in the mysteries, stepping into Hannah Swenson, replacing Cameron Matheson, who left for GAF. I have to wonder, though, if he is like Elliott and sliding into rom-com retirement village. Now, this one breaks my heart. Cindy Busby will be over on that other network with Sam Page in Homes for the Holidays, but sadly, we won't see her on Hallmark. There is no actress who makes you just smile like Cindy with her bubbly personality, and I will never understand why Hallmark underutilizes her. She starred in the classic Unleashing Mr. Darcy, then became Hallmark's nature girl, evading crappy scripts as much as she could. I am hoping her role in the unfortunate Unwrapping Christmas series last year isn't the last we see her on Hallmark. John Brotherton hasn't been in a bunch of Hallmark movies, but he has made the most of his appearance in those movies, such as Lights, Camera, Christmas, Follow Yonder Star, and Christmas on Cherry Lane. He was quickly becoming a fan favorite, stringing together several outstanding performances. Hopefully this is just a one-year hiatus. He's too good of a talent not to be a core Hallmark actor. Along with Cindy Busby, Taylor Cole is on my Mount Rushmore. It is impossible to have her in too many movies. Sadly, she isn't in a holiday movie to make up for August's less than good double scoop. While she was delightful, the movie was pretty underwhelming. I loved her in A Reason for a Season opposite Kevin McGarry last year, and she was outstanding in the touching Long Lost Christmas. Let us also not overlook her dynamic performances as Ruby Herring in Ruby Herring Mysteries. Ryan Paevey has the looks of a movie star, and he has the fans to prove it. I loved him in 2 Tickets to Paradise, Unleashing Mr. Darcy, and the classic A Timeless Christmas. He has had some weirdness the last couple of years, seemingly retiring from acting, but he seems to have returned, with fans excited to see him back on General Hospital. Unfortunately for Hallmark fans, we won't be seeing him on the channel this season. Kim Matula burst on the Hallmark universe with surprise hit Ghosts of Christmas Always in 2022. Fans fell in love with her as Kat the Ghost of Christmas Present. Last year she was in another surprise hit, The Finish Line. She has quickly become an actress who we want to see each holiday season over and over, and it is just a drag we won't be seeing her on Hallmark this season. Michael Ratty is just one of the steadiest actors in Hallmark. He isn't a name that just pops to mind when you think of the most popular Hallmark actors, yet when you look at his movies, including the charming A New Year's Resolution with Amy Teagarden and the highly underrated A Christmas Bow, Ratty just cranks out cute Hallmark movies. Sadly, this Christmas he won't be. Hopefully, you're not too depressed by this point. To cheer us both up, tell me your favorite Hallmark movie with one of these actors who we aren't seeing in a holiday movie this year. Okay, back at it. Brittany Bristow is a quality actor who needs to escape her parents' shadow. Her mom and dad unfortunately write and direct most of her movies, and it just isn't for the better. She is a talented actress who is constantly held back by her parents' shallow, trite productions. It would be lovely to see what she could do with a holiday movie with a Julie Sherman Wolfe script that's directed by Jeff Beasley. When Calls the Heart fans are not pleased that Kevin McGarry isn't in a Christmas movie this year. He was great opposite Taylor Cole in A Reason for the Season, and I liked him more than most in Checking It Twice with Kim Matula. He crushed it earlier this year in Villa Amore, and it would have been nice to see him carry that momentum into the holiday season. Julie Gonzalo rocked the bangs last year in A Novel Noel. She is just an actress who delivers solid performance after solid performance, whether it's Cut Color Murder or the super fun Falling for Vermont. We often forget about her until we see one of her movies, and then we're just reminded just how good she is. If When Calls the Heart fans aren't upset enough about the absence of Kevin McGarry, they will be storming the castle mad that Chris McNally isn't in a holiday movie either. Chris, he's hot or cold with me. I loved him in Tip Line Mysteries and 3 Bedrooms, 2 Baths and a Ghost, but he was underwhelming in A Winter Princess and A Tale of Love. Regardless, I would love to see him get the benefit of the doubt and see him in a Chris movie this year. Unfortunately, Chris, with his wife, they'll be staying home this Christmas. Like Brittany Bristow, Natalie Hall was always cursed with being dumped with lousy scripts. That is, until they gave her a Noel Next Door, and she was just freaking amazing. Unfortunately, she got the bottom of the barrel with Unwrapping series along with Cindy Busby last year. It would have been wonderful if fans had the opportunity to see her get a good one again this year. By the way, she stars in the fun Midnight at the Magnolia. If you haven't seen it, it's worth a rent over on Prime. Ronnie Rowe Jr. is just a cool dude. I hated inventing the Christmas Prince, but I thought he nailed his role. His best holiday flick is opposite Julie Gonzalo in Jingle Bell Bride. This season is not going to be as good without him, and that is for sure. Rachel Skarsten surprised me in The Royal Nanny. I picked that movie to be one of the worst holiday movies of 2022, and instead it turned out to be one of the very best ones. Then she followed it up with smashes like Christmas Island and The Christmas Charade. I was looking forward to a movie with her this season. I think Hallmark definitely made a mistake not casting her this year. Benjamin Hollingsworth is definitely a crowd pleaser, especially with the Virgin River folks. I'm not personally a huge Hollingsworth fan, but I can't deny he absolutely slayed in A Santa Summit opposite Hunter King. Slayed, get it? Though, if I'm being honest, Hunter, Stephanie Sy, and Amy Groening really carry that movie. But he was also good last year in the cute Christmas with a Sing, so maybe I'm more of a fan than I thought. But I won't find out since he's not in a movie this season. Holly Robinson Peete hasn't had the romantic lead in a rom-com since 2021. But that's okay, because she's just as enjoyable when she plays the matriarch in movies like The Journey Ahead or Holiday Heritage. But with Hallmark seemingly reversing course with their commitment to diversity, I'm not sure how much we're going to see her again, and that is a shame. Will Kemp is just as charming as there is. The holiday season is always better when we have a movie with him, whether it's Jolly Good Christmas or the classic Christmas waltz. When he is in a Christmas flick, none of us are the better. What can we say about Catherine Bell? She is a force. I loved her in The Good Witch. Hell, when I was in college, I crushed so hard on Mac and Jeg, and it isn't funny. I literally made my ATM pin her name. She is beautiful, she's talented, and there's just an air about her. She has that soothing voice that just draws you in and comforts you. I loved her in the Cherry Lane movies, and I really want to see more of her. Just pair her up with James Denton, let fans sit back and enjoy the magic. Christopher Russell is a major fan favorite. Is he the best actor? Nope, he sure isn't. But I can't deny he has the rugged and handsome looks, and as Andrea says, that's all that really matters. He does come across as authentic and sometimes is pretty damn funny. He just seems like a good guy. He's kind of the male equivalent of Cindy Busby. He may not be in the best movies all the time, but you still enjoy his screen time. Mallory Jansen is a gift to us all. She was brilliant in her pen pal. She showed her range in Francesca Quinn. She made me actually enjoy a royal movie in The Royal We. And she was great in The Underappreciated on the 12th Date of Christmas with Tyler Hynes, before he was Tyler Hynes. I just don't think she is capable of delivering a bad performance. Let's just make a rule. Mallory must be in a holiday movie every year. Luke Macfarlane isn't in a holiday movie again? The guy was brilliant in Catch Me If You Claus. Along with Natalie Ritchie, they delivered the hottest kiss in Hallmark history. I loved him with Merritt Patterson in Chateau Christmas. Taking a Shot at Love was fantastic. The guy just knows how to rom-com, so let's get him rom-comming again soon. And last, we have Amy Teagarden. She seemed to be on the brink of being the next wave of Hallmark royalty. She signed an exclusive contract with Hallmark a couple of years ago and was in A New Year's Resolution, My Christmas Family Tree, and My Christmas Class Reunion. But unlike Hunter King, who has kept her trajectory skyrocketing, Amy seems to have plateaued and is kind of fading back. I was hoping she would be in a good, solid holiday movie this year because she really is a talented actor that I want to see more of. And because you stuck around, I have a bonus for you. Consider it an early Christmas present. I think Hallmark totally missed a golden opportunity wrapped in a big Christmas bow by not having Lachlan Formby and Katie Stevens hot off the wildly successful Providence Falls being a holiday movie. Talking to people who were involved in the production of Providence Falls, they all knew this one was going to be special. They should have immediately cast the two of them in a holiday movie. But at this point, who knows if we will ever see them again or if they will join the long list of actors who delivers a brilliant performance only never to be seen again in a Hallmark movie. Just think Vic Michaelis from Round and Round or Emily Tennant in Holiday Hotline. Well, there you have it. Those are 25 fan favorites who we will not be seeing on Hallmark this year, unfortunately. Some of them, like Cindy Busby and Christopher Russell, have holiday movies on the other channel. So if you really want to see them and you don't have an issue with that channel, head over there. But for us hardcore Hallmark fans who just love watching Hallmark Channel and maybe not the other channel, we're just going to have to hope that we don't have to wait long to see our favorites again. One thing I am holding out some hope for is that we will get an abundance of cameos this year to make up for our faves not being the leads. It is always delightful when a star pops up unexpectedly in a movie. It was fun when Eric Mavis showed up in Haul Out the Holly, or Now Matter was DJing the silent disco in the Santa Summit. Since we aren't seeing so many of our favorites as leads, I'm hoping we're treated to a bunch of cameos. Here's hoping. Okay, you have to tell me, who are you most disappointed not seeing with the movie this countdown to Christmas? Let me know in the comments so we can both commiserate together. And if you enjoy following Hallmark movies and news, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Until next time, happy holidays.
This podcast was created by fans for fans and is not affiliated with or sponsored by Hallmark or the Hallmark channel.